Hey y'all, it's Jonathan Johnson, the founder of Unmask Our Kids CT and the Connecticut Liberty Rally. How you guys all doing? Hey, I haven't made a video in a while, so I figured I'd go live, give you guys a little bit of an update of what's been going on with me and the Liberty Rally, Connecticut Parents, Unmask Our Kids, stuff like that. So if you don't know, I'm the guy. Hey, I'm Jonathan. I started Connecticut Liberty Rally in response to the lockdowns. We did the rolling rallies around the state capitol starting on April 20th, 2020. And have done a series of rallies and protests and trolling of the Democrats and Governor Lamont throughout the pandemic. And then back in May of 2021, I started Unmask Our Kids CT, and maybe you've seen the billboards, commercials, lawn signs, all that stuff. We launched the statewide Unmask Our Kids project that launched into all these town groups around the state that, parents pushing back on the masking issue all the way up until the mask ended, and kind of rolling things over to be a Connecticut parents group where we can continue to speak out on issues going on around the state. So I'm not sure if you are, so what's going on with the Connecticut Liberty Rally and Unmask Our Kids is that, I really want to take us, my kids are on the religious exemption, and, we really want to take a stance on the religious exemption issue in the state of Connecticut. So, we have a kid that's going to start kindergarten coming up this fall, or was going to start until we got a letter from the school nurse saying that his religious exemption is not going to be grandfathered in. And so this issue affects our family. If you don't know, on last April of 2021, Governor Lamont signed a bill that took away your parental right to refuse vaccination on religious grounds. So there's no philosophical exemption in Connecticut. You either take the shots or your kids can't go to school unless you had religious reasons, and that got taken away as well. So now if you can't opt out of any shots required by the state of Connecticut, if you don't take every single one, your kid can't go to school. This is an important parental rights issue. So kids getting kicked out of school, not being allowed to start school, not being allowed to ever attend school, in the thousands is what's going on around the state right now. So, we want to have a statement about this. So I'm actually looking for people that want to have, if your family's being affected by the vaccination religious exemption change, if your kids can't go to school this September, we want to do a really simple but powerful commercial, and we're looking for 2 or 3 families that would be willing to make an appearance on a commercial. If you saw the Unmask Our Kids CT commercial that we did, it's going to be kind of nicer than that one, but it's going to be similar in message tone. It's going to be very direct about, hey, this is our family. My kid can't go to school right now. Here's why, and here's why you parents that don't know about this issue should care. So it's going to be really basic and simple. I have a videographer lined up, our friend that has been helping us, Kevin. Thanks for your video work. So that's going on. So if you're interested in being in this commercial, helping us get the word out, making all the people on the couch aware, because what's going on with the court case is that, it's going to be continued, and we were hoping this injunction would have went through and kids would be able to start school, but they're not, because the Attorney General is smart, right? It's a chess move to say, hey, let's ask for a continuance. The kids are going to get kicked out of school, not allowed into school the first day. Now it's easier to keep them out, and it's easier to keep this issue out of the news cycle, because that's really the thing. They want this parental rights issue about vaccine choice to be, kind of behind the scenes. They don't want it to be in the news. They don't want it to be big news that thousands of kids are going to be let back in school on the first day of school and let this injunction go through. They're going to drag their feet and make sure it doesn't happen, stays out of the media, because if the average parent on the street knew that you can no longer opt out of vaccines, they'd be very concerned, and they actually would maybe take action, maybe would make a phone call, write a letter, call the Attorney General's office, or be concerned as a parent, and that the Democrats would see some pushback. So, what we can do to do that is, create our own media, which is what we've been doing with Unmask Our Kids and the Connecticut Liberty Rally. We can create commercials, right? And we can do that at a very low cost, and help and have people share it on social media, and at least get the word out to hopefully thousands more people in Connecticut than we would be reaching otherwise. So that's what's going on with trying to get a religious exemption commercial. On the other end of CT Liberty Rally, I'm at this kind of crossroads where trying to figure out what to do next, and just kind of working on life stuff, business stuff. I own a business, all those kinds of things, but I'm still in the fight here. Still have ideas and things I'd like to see done. Decided not to run for political office this year. I finally have a contract in my hand to get the legal work done to organize CT Liberty rally as a 501c4 nonprofit lobbyist organization. That would enable us to get fundraising and all sorts of good, and be able to do a lot more things in the future as far as what we can do, getting the message out there for freedom, right? Creating marketing campaigns, whether that's billboards, commercials, lawn signs, all sorts of advertising, and really making a stand publicly, taking a stance and getting the word out on these issues. And also what we've been doing is encouraging people to actually take political action, right? Show up at a board meeting, show up at your town council meeting, run for public office, stand on the side, go to a rally, go to a protest. Oh, the other thing I'll mention, kind of a straw poll here, interest poll. I think we should have a rally for all the parents that are being affected by the religious exemption issue, probably at the state capitol. And we should do it quickly. Like, we should do it next week, when all the kids are supposed to be going to school that can't. Come stand for medical freedom at the state capitol. Make it a homeschool lesson about civics, right, and citizenship. So I'm looking at like maybe next Friday. I'm not sure if you guys think that's a cool idea. If so, please comment or message me, and maybe we could announce some kind of just a rally, just to get together, bring some signs, and try to get the news outlets out there, and at least let this issue hit the news cycle. Because right now, the news is not covering this, and nobody knows about it. When I talk to people about this vaccination religious exemption issue, they had no clue this was going on. I know my family's shocked that this is real and this is really happening. And I'm sure that for the families that are having their kids not be able to start kindergarten, or getting kicked out of school because they didn't have a valid religious exemption on file, or they're being coerced into getting shots they don't want, for the families of those, it's shocking. It's shocking that this is what's going on in the state. So we got to get the word out to more people. If you want to stay tuned with what's going on with Connecticut Liberty Rally and what I got going on, what I plan to do going forward, please go to ctliberty.org and please sign up for email updates while you're there if you're not already receiving them. Please make sure you're on our email list. There's going to be more exciting things going on this fall, hopefully, into the election season and into next year. I'm really excited about other things that we could be doing as an organization to grow and to get the word out and to see people have their hearts and minds change by getting freedom messages out there, real tangible issues that they care about or might care about, if only they could hear about them in more directly and more frequently. So that's what I plan on doing with CT Liberty Rally. It's just taking me such a long time to find the right legal people to actually want to help do this kind of controversial thing with Connecticut Liberty Rally. So anyway, hey, it was good going live on this video and touching base with you today. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Please go to ctliberty.org. Thanks. Have a good rest of your day. God bless.